I feel like I've absorbed stories along the way, and you've got the ones that you remember, and you've got ones that mean a lot to you.
It's a very, very powerful book for me. I came to faith through reading pages of a Bible. My biblical knowledge is quite good because I grew up in a West Indian household, and you don't go to bed without reading the Bible.
So my way of learning in general is about writing stuff down. So I'd read a passage and maybe write it in a journal or write out the whole passage as a way of kind of absorbing it and learning it.
Well, I've read the Bible in a year twice.
I try to take some time first thing in the morning if I can. Sometimes it might be to sit and read a fair chunk of scripture. Sometimes it might just be a few verses. But I really like to spend some time in the Word and then just stop and think, okay, God, why did the person that wrote this write this down? And why is it that I'm reading it this morning?
Quite a lot of the Bible, I must admit, I do find quite difficult to understand. So actually, when I'm reading it, having time to read the notes at the bottom if you've got a study Bible, and maybe having some help there to understand exactly what's going on, and particularly what the culture was at the time, so that you can read into it, that in that way I think is really valuable.
Studying the Bible can be quite tricky. It can be as difficult or as simple as you make it sometimes. There are so many different methodologies and systems in order to study the Bible, to break it down, different techniques and guides and books and teachers. There's so much, and throughout my life I've done many different types and styles and guides and different ways of kind of getting into the Word, and some have been fruitful and some haven't been. But I think that the essence to Bible study is having that heart that really wants to know more about God, and out of that, making time. So even if it's making time to read a verse a day or to read a small portion, but making that time to read the Word and just being open to hear what God is saying through it without putting our own interpretation on it, without putting our own thing on it, but just being open to read the Word, make that space and hear what God is saying.
Something I do when I'm studying the Bible is look into the single words and what they mean. Sometimes I have no idea, so looking into what they actually mean is quite powerful for me.
So I think it's important to be a part of like a Bible study where you're studying the Bible with other people, because I think it's really important to get different interpretations.